What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Nostalgianomics. Today, in honor of being back, I figured we should talk about some numbers. Because I like numbers. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't have opinions. Numbers don't have emotions. Numbers just are. And no matter what anyone thinks about why the numbers are what they are, or what the numbers should be or could be in the future, none of that really matters because all the numbers care about is what they are, what they have been, and using that data of what they are and what they have been to project what those numbers could be in the future. And so today, I'm not going to give my opinions because that would just be an opinion of another guy on the internet, right? I'm actually going to show the numbers. We're going to break down what a Pokemon investment looks like in 2022. Now, I know we hear it all the time that everyone's got boxes piled up in their basements and in their closet. Everyone's keeping all this stuff sealed. There's too much of it printed. None of it's ever going to be worth any money at all, right? And we were hearing the same thing back in Sun and Moon and XY, and you were hearing, well, anyone who got in back then, they got lucky and they made money, but you can't really do that anymore. Those times are over. Okay. That's everyone's opinions out there. Has anyone taken any time to actually explore the facts, the numbers? We'll do it here. I'll do it. Here you go. Here's how I got the numbers today, okay? Just to make sure everything's fair on the up and up. I didn't go through eBay and scroll through all those because it's a lot harder to find data, but I did cross-reference some of the boxes to make sure the sale prices were about the same, and they are. Some are a little higher, some are a little lower, but this gives a good middle price, and also, these are real sold listings, so I didn't take the market price of what things are selling for. On every box, I did take the most recent sold listing of each box. So even if some are lower or higher on eBay and they are selling, it doesn't matter because these are selling too. So these are actually selling each day for that price. And so that's where I got all the data for the numbers today. Fair? All right, let's get into the spreadsheet. Everyone's favorite part, right? Here we go. The Sword and Shield era. All right, so how I got these, I took every set that was like 6 months or older. Anything newer than 6 months, it hasn't had time to grow yet. It hasn't had time to appreciate. Most of them are all still in print. They're still widely available. So I took Brilliant Stars all the way back to Sword and Shield base set, okay? This is going to be set up like a mutual fund, right? To where you don't do any work. You literally just buy one of each set at release. You put it away to grow over time. You don't even need to know anything about Pokemon. You don't need to shop around. You don't need to make deals. You don't need to have any knowledge of Pokemon. Literally, you can just buy one of every new set at release, and this would work for you. Okay? Fair again? Fair? All the sell prices, like I said, these are all TCG Player sold prices most recent. Okay? The purchase price. This is where I had to do some, guesstimating. Sword and Shield base, Rebel Clash, they were a little harder to get out during the pandemic, so I left those at $100 is what you could have bought them at. Darkness Blaze, I know that, Vivid Voltage, Battle Styles, Chilling Reign, and Fusion Strike, you could have easily bought those at $90. I got them a lot cheaper than that, but I figured $90, most people could have got them at $90, so I think that's a fair price. As far as Champion's Path, Shining Fates, and Celebrations go, you could have got all those at $50 in ETB. You still can get Shining Fates under that. And then Evolving Skies, you could have got that for $110. It was available. If you wanted to buy it back then, you could have. And then Brilliant Stars was at $100 for a little while. You could have bought Brilliant Stars. It wasn't like it was a flash sale and only some got it. No, Brilliant Stars was widely available at $100 for a little while. And so these are the prices that I used if you were to buy these sets out of the gate at their released market price. Okay? For the fees, it's a straight pretty much 13%, either TCG Player or eBay. And then shipping, this is where you can beat me up. I live more in the middle of the country, and so $9 is pretty average for me to ship an ETB or a booster box. Could be more, could be less for you depending on where the shipping is. So, if you wanted to add, to that or whatever, you could. But I kept it at $9 because that's pretty standard of what it cost me. And so if you take the purchase price or the sell price, subtract the purchase price, the fees, and the shipping, that will give you your total profit after selling. Okay? So, if you'll see, there's some of these that you'd be negative on if you were to sell right now, okay? But, like any mutual fund, you're going to take the combination of all of them. And so, the winners are going to offset the losers, and your total profit would be $308.80 if you were to sell all of those right now, after only 6 months to about 2 years and 8 months of growth-ish. on the Sword and Shield base. So under 3 years of growth total. All right. Your total purchase price was $1,010 if you were to buy every one of those boxes, one at release. So your total profit margin would be about 30.5% over the complete investment. And that's with less than 3 years of growth. So about 2 years and 8 months of growth. So you're looking at around 12% a year. So you have about a 12% a year return on your money so far. Okay? In the era of overprinting, worthlessness, everyone's doing it. You can't put sealed product away anymore. You need to be, a lot better in the Pokemon market. You got to buy singles and grade them and do all this other stuff. No, that's not what the numbers say. But would it be easier just to invest in the stock market? Well, let's see. All right. So Fidelity is one of the largest investment firms in the country. They are what a lot of companies, 401ks and pensions and things like that are invested in. So let's take a look at Fidelity. All right. Right up here. This is going to be your average annual returns over 3 years. So that's about the same time as the Pokemon investments. Actually, it's more. So this has had more time to grow. Let's see what your average returns are on all of Fidelity's mutual funds that they offer. So this is what you're invested in. Okay? Look at these. Some of these have an average of 1, 2, 3% a year. That's it. Now we got some that are 10, 9, 10, negative. You'd be negative on some of these. And so, as you can see, here's one that's 12%. As you can see, Pokemon is performing as well as the stock market mutual funds at Fidelity or better with the Sword and Shield era. Let that sink in. Literally just buying one box of every Sword and Shield product, putting it away, from 6 months to 2 years and 8 or 9 months of growth, you'd be performing as good or better than every one of these mutual funds' average returns. Okay? Now, let's get crazy with it now. What if you have been doing the same thing for over 5 years? And you do that with Sun and Moon. Okay? Now, obviously, past results don't guarantee future results. We're not saying Sword and Shield is going to be Sun and Moon. But, let's see Sun and Moon. You have the average sell price. This is what things are actually selling for on TCG Player. Your purchase price. You got your same fees and shipping. And here's your profit. You'd have made $3,762.80 in profit off a $1,270 investment in just over 5 years. If we go back here, and we can look at when these were released. Sun and Moon Base was released back in February 3rd, 2017. Literally, about 5 years and 8 months ago? So not even 6 years. So this is about 5 years returns. You'd have 300%. 300%. That's over 50%, maybe like 55% average return a year. Let's go back to the market. Let's see how the mutual funds are returning your money. All right? Here's a 5-year, and here's a 10-year. All right? So we'll look at the 5 and the 10. Why not? Let's take a look. You're not seeing any average returns anywhere near 50%. Nothing near that. You'd be lucky to get into double digits. Most of all these mutual funds are returning less than 10% on your money a year. Oh, look, here's a good one. 16 and 14%. Those are the good ones. They're about a fourth of the return you would have seen in Pokemon, right? They're about what Sword and Shield's showing already in 3 years, less than 3 years, on the most overprinted, overhyped era ever. Guys, this is the research that you can do for yourself. Okay, all of these numbers are out there. You can go to Fidelity and look up all these mutual funds. You can go to TCG Player and look at all the sold listings. You know what the stuff costs out of the gate. Okay? And so when you hear all these opinions from everyone, right, on oh, this is why Pokemon is over. This is why you can't do what people used to be able to do back in X, Y, and Sun and Moon. Or this is why Pokemon isn't investable. And all the rhetoric out there. Just zone it out. Go actually look at the numbers for yourself. And it'll calm you down, because then you can just laugh at all those people and say, okay, you guys obviously don't know the numbers. You guys are obviously just talking from an emotional standpoint or opinion-based because you don't believe in it, so you don't think it should be able to work. The problem is, it is working. We have the numbers right here. It is still working to this day. And so, hope everyone enjoyed the video. I just like giving the facts out. Like, again, not my opinions. These aren't my numbers. These are just the numbers. You make your own decision on what you want to do moving on to the future. If you want to keep investing in Pokemon, or you want to go to something more traditional, or you want to just keep enjoying the hobby for fun, that's always good too. But this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy providing people with the information so they can take it and do what they want with it, and hopefully you do very well with it. As always, thank you so much for all the support, everyone in the comments and who watched the last video. I'm going to try to keep getting some regular posts up on the channel. And again, just thanks for all the support, guys. I'll be back here in a new video soon. I'm out.